here is your cat feeder project that we worked so hard on this year. This is the actual cat feeders here. I'll show you a couple of the features just so you know. There is an option for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even a fourth meal if you want to. You turn on and off these things, so you just press and hold, and then you're in that mode. So I'm in breakfast mode, and I can press on off if I want to turn it off. I can change the meal size of breakfast. I can press and hold this and change the hour of when breakfast is served. Right now, breakfast is served at 7 a.m. and you'll see that the only other one I have on is dinner. So dinner is served at 1800, which is 7 p.m. And you can also hit the manual button just to see, and it should, you gotta press and hold, and it'll do a dispense. I don't have any cat food in there now, but you can see that it's gonna dispense the food. And of course, all these features are pretty self-explanatory. But that's the cat feeder. You have two of them timed at the same time. A couple other features you need to know about. In the back, we have a solar panel for both of the cat feeders. We have it sealed off so that you can't access it unless you have a screwdriver. We were trying to keep them from being stolen. And speaking of being stolen, we added a lock to this. So all you have to do is turn the lock and pull up the latch. And then you can lift up here and you'll see on the inside, and there's a little lever. Sorry, that was a little heavy. There's a little lever right there to kind of hold everything in place. And you can fill your cat food into this one and into that one. There's a little lever right here that you just press in and pull back, and then you can fill it up. And then you just put the lid back so it's nice and watertight and ready to go. And it does run on battery power, but the battery should last you for a year. But with the solar panels, I'm kind of thinking you'll probably get maybe 2 years out of it, because the battery will take over the nighttime whenever the solar panels are not in play. But some things you need to know about is you'll kind of see that it's on a hinge here, so whenever you lift it up, it stays vertical, so you got to make sure that you put it back down to get the seal right. And this is not all that structurally sound, so just kind of be careful with it. It is 4 foot off the ground like you requested, and so that way the cats can jump up there, but the raccoons cannot. And one other thing that I need to tell you about is the trick with the lock. It's a little tricky because it's not all flush and all that, because kids were helping build it, so we had to work out some kinks. But you'll see here, like, the lock doesn't always meet. Actually, that time it did. But sometimes you might have to shift the whole roof around before, see, it won't even turn. So you'll have to shift everything around to where it meets. So you can see that there's like a little ridge on the side here. You want the latch to go directly on that ridge, and right now it's not. So you have to shift everything around until it gets to that point where you can get that latch nice and tight to where you can lock it. And then we have keys for you that you can lock that up and have it locked for good. So there's your cat feeder. The kids had a really fun time doing it. We had to learn about angles and how to use a saw, how to use nail guns and screwdrivers and everything in between. It was a really cool project. Thanks for hosting it for us.